just validating well received by the community. It tries to work through the application for this grant and expenditures. And that's this is in charge of the program. And their minimum amount that we contributed in the past would be to contribute was $4,000. They just moved that benchmark. So you can answer a couple of questions. So when we have our presentation from lots of coordinator for the budget that are including that we increase the funding to AH, that's not something we do. But my understanding was work being done at AH as part of our program. Can you speak to that at all? Or why is that happening? Yeah, so we'll give them 3 years. We submitted a application with Valley Village program. And we support that. So we gotta continue. Continue to subsidize AHs. And that's basically the this application this year.
That was going to be my question because it's like it's known and reported she does work, Bible work too, outside of just for the local government. So that's my question was going to be: is this in kind shared with regional district or not?
So we have more control over the funding that is provided to the employee. The foundation sets those parameters. They have accepted our contribution each year and have extended her intent us to participate with that. The NOS does also contribute $16,000 to the last state program.
So then, like, I think you just answered it, was that it's not controlled from the town, it's the town is a portion of it, and they determine where she's used. Like, that doesn't cover the cost of the program. It's a portion of it.
That's just a portion.
Even if it is 6,000 now, it's still probably just
It would be very difficult to detail the functions.
But your application isn't a joint application. You should keep going to answer your question. The BC Council, or whatever you said, Conservation determines that it was regional district as well.
So I have concerns. The last presentation was well received as well. The others were set for us. So we need to do more for this and we need to do better. I know the CAO statements, since the Velocity program, I just want assurances that that's plans are going to continue because this is supposed to be a relationship. And that's not a very good relationship. The person that's supposed to be working with us is not. In some ways against us. Yeah. And I do not appreciate I'm not sure what support is. So we also have I'd be able to see the for them. Through for call it age 12 years or whatever. I'm not getting tired. It's that makes me want to be involved with the program. Can't even tell me, but as far as I'm concerned, we have a deer problem. Deer problem has nothing has happened to improve the deer problem. They can't even tell me how many deer there are in Princeton, whether the number is going up, whether it's the same, whether it's getting less. All I know is deer all over my yard and some eating plants and blah blah blah. This program keeps going on and on, and I don't see any improvement. And I don't know why I don't have any interest in spending another $6,000 to carry on what has been in place in the last couple of years.
Can I speak? So we've had discussions on that, and I've said before that isn't the rule that the website coordinator is asked to do, is to do the deer counts. That is actually the municipality's responsibility, so that's for other discussions. Right? We've had this back and forth with Minister of Environment and that whose responsibility they are. They're the town's asset, but it's ours to manage. We have bylaws in place to try and deter people from feeding them, to deter them from staying there. They're staying, you know that. They're generational now. There's lots of data on that one, lots of data. But there's data where Conservation Office agrees that yes, they're willing to behave and adapt in the urban instead of rural. So with the Wild Safe Coordinator program, and I can correct me if I'm wrong, it's just meant to, it's in the report, but it is like deliver education and outreach in the community, like going door to door. And they do presentations at schools and teaching children how to keep themselves safe in the communities because they're not always looking that up. Bear spray workshops, booths at community events, bin tagging. I think that has been a positive thing in the community. Educating our residents about garbage, because that's a main attractant for bear and deer. Getting to the garbage, so making sure that they're not putting their bins out the night before and that they're being put out in the mornings. And Caroline goes around and puts information tags out, tries to have conversations if she can have deadlines to educate, not to shame, to embarrass. It's within our bylaws that those are the hours that you're supposed to keep your garbage contained. And then she works with local businesses as well to help them control their garbage, because we all know that as a tourist town, people drop off their garbage here and they don't have necessarily a place to store it. So if unfortunately gets put in our garbage bins downtown, they get overflowed, or in the garbage at the gas stations or restaurants. If you have a bin outside, somebody's stopping it. So it's my opinion on this program is it's not designed to deal with our deer problem. It's designed to educate our residents to live with the animals that are around us. They don't have the capacity to move them or anything like that. It's to educate, to keep people safe and how to coexist with wildlife. Although, is there a substantial number of them that don't leave in the winter anymore? Or leave in the spring? Talking with previous conservation officers, generally they would go, when the spring comes, they go higher in the mountains and come in the valley when food is scarce, and they're not doing that, they're staying in the mountains. So that's a whole other topic that I don't think goes with this.
Not designed to deal with deer problem.
It's not designed to eradicate or get rid of the deer problem. It's
I
designed
never
to
said to get rid of them. I said that
they're still here.
said, that Bob was doing their job, then you know that so, reconcile if it's the way it's going forward. Probably, you know, but overly and actively campaigning against things the council has done, for conflict support. You know, if you don't have a problem, if you have a problem with them, you come to us for the public, and you don't do it in public, when we're the ones paying for it. So I do have the way it's been handled, and, you know, that broken issues. So I'm not comfortable right now. So I'm doing a program without changes to how it's delivered in person.
So then, that discussion should be with the program facilitators and the program themselves, not in regards to individual.
Maybe it's the open speak to that. I did reach out to the organizers, so they openly admitted that the management oversight was in transition last year, and it wasn't as strong as they would have liked to see it. They normally would get the report before the public. That wasn't done. And in that report, I did explain that there's goals that didn't align with council's goals. And there was some misinformation in the report that repaired. They did say that they would be definitely trying to manage the position of sheriff. Will be changed. I agree, Randy, and I wish there was a little bit more. I mean, like with the, it's about safety. To be like, there's deep issues with safety, and I just feel like it's kind of saying the whole thing over and over. 4,000, and now they're not, another $2,000 on maybe there's something else, but
I don't think there's anticipation of anything changing to the program, is there?
what in motion.
The recommendation is to proceed with the applications. We'll make that to proceed.
Maintain the motion. So, sorry. Sorry. Motion's the motion. We'll stop on to no motion, or do they want us to move forward? If council wants to keep staff corruption on this, at this point, we'll take it, then we will not submit an application. Council, how do I wish to stop? Do I need a motion for that, or what can I, what I said, if you want? No, we don't need it right now, it's not going forward. Okay. So is there any alternative? Yes. If we didn't apply, or the program still continue, but in the area, the answer is not. The priority list is not. Well, they don't show the program. Over there. Portion of the priority list. Is their portion there. Any other option that's done? The only alternative I can think of is that, the bag tagging and the education or whatever. If we're not going to involve ourselves in this program, the ballot department, they're all going to can also do the education, which we understand.
It was enforcing.
They're going to staff services staff. Thank you. This is point 3, alternative approval process of loan application. Okay.
Thank you. This is for the fire loan authorization bylaw 105-2024. Council gave 3 readings November 20th. We received the approval of the Inspector of Municipalities on February 24th. And the next step is to proceed with the approval process. My request to council is to move forward with the AAP. Before we move forward, we need the approval of the electors, and we need to do that through. Part of the motion is also having amount of time established for receiving forms, and I put that at 30 days, which is the. And I've also calculated what the number of eligible electors are for people between the age of 18 and up to be 2,425 electors, which would require 10% of that number for it to fail. There is a report attached that breaks down the numbers for you. So I've taken it from the 2021 census. The population is 2,894. That calculated from 18 years and up because the census doesn't provide that. So I can only base it on 15 years and up. And I've attached the census to that report as well. This report will be available to the public. The elector response form is also attached. This form only needs to be completed if the public is not for or against the loan authorization bylaw. The deadline set would be 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2025. So I'm requesting Council's authorization to move forward with the alternative approval process, for approval from the electors for the loan authorization bylaw, and if the time limit be established for 30 days, and that the eligible electors be 2,000.
Is there any, we see the information that's on page 26 in terms of where the different amounts of money are coming from? For people that are going to look at this process that you're going to, well, I don't see anything there in terms of information about where the different accounts and where the different types of money are coming from. But is that opportune somewhere?
Yeah, all the information will be on our website. I'm also putting a notice in the paper. It has to run for 2 consecutive weeks. And it will show that the amount that we are borrowing is requesting to borrow is $1,389,086. It also shows that the approximate cost to the taxpayers would be $20 per year.
People what I'm after is what it says in terms of 2.1 million coming from foreign community funds, $500,000 coming from the flood recovery grant, and $500,000 coming from grants provided by other levels of government.
This staff report will be on our website, so people will be able to see this. This isn't the first time this has come to council either. It's also been in James' report.
Okay, but is that, how do they receive this? Is it paper? Will those numbers be in the paper?
This number will not be in the paper.
And so what does the paper say exactly?
It's attached to the agenda. So it's on page 39 and 40. It basically lays out what a resident elector is, non-resident elector is, for the purpose of voting for this. It lays out that the notices, there's first and second it's not for over 30 years and what the amount of the boring is, but the breakdown is not in this notice.
A bunch of other money that they don't have to pay for.
That is correct.
The cost, so the secure source of funding.
In the, you want it in the notice?
Well, something to, like, because I trust them to go to the website and everything else. Why can't the company, you know, the approval process?
I can certainly add it in. This is a standard notice that is used everywhere, but I can certainly fit it in here so that it
In
can.
normal times, normally what you're saying is absolutely correct in terms of that, the fact that we're borrowing money on a one-time basis, no other money is being contributed, and will you approve this process? This isn't that. This is, we're asking you to put some money in together with a whole bunch of other grant money and everything else. To me, it will up our odds of being able to get this thing passed.
Yeah, because right now it only says the total amount of the cost. That's what the cost is to the taxpayer.
Yeah, and so I suppose you could read that into there, but I would just like it. It's plain and simple, and it's the truth. So why can't we?
Yeah, I can certainly put that in there. If you want to write notes, you can. There's a process that you're following. You have to register. I'm not sure if it's a local government act or community code. I don't know if there's both. And I know the minimum requirement is that to put it in the paper for 2 weeks, to advertise for 2 weeks. Not everybody gets a newspaper anymore. So could we just be making sure it's available on more than one form? Then not just, I know we're not doing mail drops or anything like that, but that there's ways to route them to all the information on our website. So is it possible to do it through social media and make sure that the information that's available is all the correct information can be given?
Yeah, so we'll be putting it on our website, and there's absolutely no reason why we couldn't share it to our Facebook page.
Thank you.
That's council's order.
That would be my suggestion, is that we have more than one way of reaching the public. Some senior citizens don't go on social media, but they might still get a newspaper. So the hope is to make sure it's available.
So I'm sorry, you probably went through this, but is the process where the percentage of the number of people that answer, or is it that a necessary number of the population of Princeton needs to answer in a positive way?
They're only filling out the form if they oppose it. If 243 people fill out the form, then it doesn't pass.
Okay. So it's more on a negative basis. It's not about this. Okay, thank you.
Could we just do the recap on how we got to this point, and it would also, I think, validate Councilman Frank's point in that there is quite a substantial amount already secured, and that we've been able to lock in the costs, which I think is
Sure. I'll give you sort of a brief history on how we got to this stage. It did move along fairly quickly, but post-flood, like after going through the flood, council did identify the value of having emergency services on both sides of the river. It was a real problem for us. So we kind of wrestled with that for a while, trying to come up with some funding ideas. Then we did get what was it called? Community investment. Yeah, it's a community fund. We obviously best fit. As being a design build, the nice thing about a design build concept is that you can stop after the first phase. Phase is divided into two phases. Phase one is the design phase, which gets you a concept, the design, and some pretty detailed drawings, and as well as a fairly fixed price on the cost of what it's going to cost. So to complete the project. With that information on November 20th, Council agreed to proceed with the construction phase of the project with a total budget of $4.5 million. Staff report laid out financing plan with some backup options. Council agreed to proceed with a loan authorization bylaw, being the first choice of options. And finally now, just recently here, we now have the statutory approval from the Inspector of Municipal Works, as Kerry has said, to proceed with assent through the AAP process. And I just want to highlight, of course, again, that through the AAP, the cost of the electorate will be approximately $20 per thousand per year, and that number will likely go down as time goes by because as we produce more houses, the cost is shared over more properties, and that $20 a year will actually go down as we move along. The budget and the finance part, I'm going to turn over to James so he can explain the money we have in our hand today and where it came from and why we're only drawing a small portion of this project. Sure. Thank you, Lyle. So the total cost of the project is up to $3.5 million. That was contracted with Lifeguard. The first source of funds is about to be funds presently received. I don't have the exact figures in front of me, but we received approximately $1.96 million. Is the final amount, which is over $2 million. With the interest, that is the increase of $2 million. Since the money was deposited, it was so $2.1 million plus accrued interest on the bank fees. $1.96 plus interest. The bank fee fund was received in 2023. Yeah, end of 2023. So it has had a year of interest at the interest rate. So $127,814 plus accrued interest from the flood recovery grant. So we had $11.9 million received from the province of British Columbia. The public works related to the flood. The money we've used to replace squads 1 and 2. We bought it out successfully to your help. We have a number of other projects that have been approved under that grant. There are some contingencies that are guaranteed in that money as well, but the accrued interest does not have an allocated purpose as of now, and $11.9 million over the course of almost 3 years started putting in interest. So the fact that the $27,000 is secured and the accrued interest is what gets put in addition to what gets approved for the date of this report to the transaction. The third source of funds, we're currently entirely secured. There are other levels of government that are contributing to the firehouse as well, and those details should be brought to light shortly. The remainder of the building, that's the 1.139,086. We had two options at the time for the remainder of the funds. It was proposed that we do an inter-reserve bylaw to borrow that money out of the existing reserve and pay it back with interest over the course of a number of years. That plan is sound and the money would be secured. However, it would rely heavily on reserves that we already have. In general, when it comes to finance, it's good to have a source of funds that would pay the future and the past. I gave a good example at the time of the resident that was lived in prison for 10 alone removes that component of unfairness that exists with building capital projects. We're not asking to borrow for the whole thing. We're asking for a portion of the reserves. So past residences have contributed to fire hall, but not the whole thing. The future residents must contribute to it as well, because this fire hall should exist for several decades to come. So it's a much more sound process based on the methodology that we use for it. It's common amongst municipalities. It is a relatively nominal amount. We're talking $20 a year, and CAR Thomas is correct. Over the course of a number of years, as the tax base increases, it will actually shrink that amount paid annually for 30 years. And when we borrow through the MFA, the money that actually gets repaid is adjusted every year. The MFA essentially takes a 10-year bond to allow us to borrow from it. When we repay that, we repay it every 6 months. But the interest that gets paid on any bond is paid semi-annually. So we're designated to pay that back every 6 months. One payment is interest only, the other payment is principal plus interest. Because of the way bonds are structured, that bond will not be paid back for 10 years, even though the municipal finance authority has the money. If we borrow from a bank, that money goes into their profits. They take that money and they go and reinvest it into more loans, and they borrow compounding interest on it. That's profit for the bank. The municipal finance authority keeps that money, invests that money for 10 years, and returns it to us as a deduction when the bond is reissued 10 years later. So we actually end up profiting from borrowing the $1.389 million. Based on the money that the municipal finance authority makes it. It's called the loan pool, and it's a major advantage in how municipal finance is structured in these provinces. So, sorry to give kind of a long-winded answer, but from a finance perspective, it's a much better financing plan than gravity.
I do just have something very small to add. Part of the notice explains that how this is a benefit to the community. Miles already spoken to that, having it on the other side of the river. The other thing is we have many new developments coming to our community that are looking at 6-story buildings, and part of that is the requirement for a ladder truck. Right now, we don't have anywhere to house it. Well, we will with the new facility. So that's another big part of having this.
Orange can, as far as my boom comes in, where does this sit in terms of being affected by what? Yeah, it's going to be, this building being an emergency services building is built as a post-disaster building, which means it's that was at where we had to authorize an extra added on that. That was okay. And I just wanted to clarify too, like next time, we actually have 2/3 as well. So, okay. Yeah.
One of the commitments that this council has had from the beginning too is that we work on our protective services, and that we've talked about that with council. We've done mutual aid agreements with other fire halls, fire departments in the rural area. I say something cool. So and that's, we didn't get much snow. I'm sure drought is going to be an issue this year. I'd like to be proactive, and Ed's been working on that with Fire Smart as well. With the 7 we talked today about the construction equipment. So it's environmentally, we're all susceptible to catastrophic events. And I do think that investing in the future of our community, not just the town prison, but the community prison is important. And by locking in that rate, we should, I don't want to change it, but we should be, keep ourselves safe from really high increases that we, just because of the cost of doing business goes up, like we all know. You wait 10 years and the cost of project's going to go up. So, on that note, I'd like to make a recommendation. It's motion.
That's make the motion. Second one. Last comments. All in favor? Thank you so much. Next one, we will go down to 6.4. Public reference wage extension. Received a request from Princeton District Community Services Society to extend their current lease agreement for 2020 veterans wage through March 21st, 2007. Original agreement allowed for a further 5 years. The original agreement was signed June 2020. They've asked for an extension plus to accommodate their current plans of constructing some new facilities for the society. They don't have timelines for those projects yet, so not their extension. Section R1 question marks. We shown interest in using our facility or something else is okay with not using our facility. I think, staff's position is we like to support human services and again within this transition for them, but once they vacate the building, we probably run a recommendation council not to release it and use it internally for staff. Great. Mr. Mayor. Second, Mr. Mayor. Great, thank you. 6.6, which should be let's talk about it. Not particularly, it's the same order we had last year. It is the 5th year of the 5-year RFP agreement we have with GPMT, so we're going to put it in after the items completed. Very people over here that's like GPMT. We've got any questions? I'll make a motion and amend it. It's a point where Smith with KPMG. That's the municipal law. That is going to be. I'll second that. Sorry, Mr. Mayor. Next one up is council reports. Regular meetings. I don't have much to report. Policies came for Friday night. Came I want to comment on how wonderful the Brown Ridge new booking is. The whole thing is totally smooth as you go over, except for the end. There's not I'm so proud of the improvement on that whole bridge, how it's nice and smooth to drive over. And then you get to the end and you drop off a cliff there. I can't wait till it's warm enough or whatever that we can do something about that because I want to brag about the bridge, but something I'm able to do at this point in time. Are you able to build it? Yes, we couldn't do anything like that. that's the actual things. It seems to fire up that transition. I have to say, the way the guys put the plates on us here versus in the house, it's amazing. Yeah, it's really, how well they're doing. I don't dodge. Plates, higher than the Dodgers. I got you. Busy time for me. This couple of council meetings because I had other meetings scheduled. I attended an interagency meeting, museum society meeting. The next one is their AGM. I was in Kelowna on the 18th to attend a quarterly inaugural meeting of the year for the Okanagan Regional Library. And we will have the library CEO Danielle Hubbard and the community librarian Katie Fry here at our next meeting. And they're going to keep us up to speed on what's going on with our local library, which is pretty exciting. I also went to the Two River Event Society meeting. Their next one is an AGM. Went to an Arts Council meeting, and the other day I was in Penticton for a meeting with the Canadian Mental Health Association. And that's it for me. Yes. As I said, busy. I will start with Ministry of and program character. So, February, I met with representatives from the University of Fraser Valley. They're working on their planning stage for programming and whatnot, and they were working in Hope, and a lot of work with Princeton, so through Gary Schofield, she made contact to her, to me, and we had a meeting about what possibilities there would be for trades and other programming. University of Fraser Valley, so we're going to go back and make some contact with the Skill Center and some others to see what's available, and we work with because I think we touch with Dr. Thompson University. Just great that universities are on the 13th of February, there's a big tariff discussion group. What's going to happen? Still don't understand how the details are there. So, 20th and 21st, I was in Vancouver for UCM executive meetings, and most of that stuff is still going on. I'm talking about outside, but I must have to meet with Minister Tom. Most of the conversation was it's also meeting that. So, talking about February 26th, I attended the meeting on the local government act legislative reform. Preparing for the workshop that was on the 27th, I attended the that's right. And then I also met with Lyle and the chief online meeting just to go over things and discuss what's what and get an update from the mind what they're at. Today I had a lunch with members of the doctor staff and the doctor that hopefully will be coming in September. So that is he's also a nurse, so he will do effective medicine. And they're moving out here from Saskatchewan. So with that, I did present you guys with a portfolio. So it's pages, but what's going on. It's just a report on what's going on with the tariff situation. I know it's behind the scenes here. I'll just go over the background real quick. So right off the bat, in January 21st, I reached out to James asking about what suppliers we have. James was just heading out for his holiday at the time, so but he did answer me with as much as he could at the time. February 1st, I believe that's when I reached out to Carrie and asked for us to start working on procurement policy by January 1st. And then on the 27th, just to follow up on that, that's when I attended the management meeting. We just spoke about a team approach to how we can Canada first. And it should be noted that the Premier has done the same. British Columbia is going to become BC, then Canada. Other approach to procurement, so they said, oh, that's wrong, or Canadian. So we pair with out of the United States to make sure that British Columbia and Canadians, the United States here, across the border. What else? March 3rd. Yeah, just recently I started reaching out. I worked with staff. So they took the industrial revitalization tax exemption bylaw that we created for tax exemptions up the land. And we're going over that to see if we can't give us a little bit more advantage on the laws that we have up there and attract new businesses to diversify the local economy, but also anybody who needs to relocate. So we did before Christmas, we were putting the industrial park out to RFP to realtors. So this is just another toolbox to help sell those lots and bring new jobs and diversify the local economy. So staff's going to work on that. And then today I had a discussion with the president of Chamber of Commerce about local arena and what next steps are there. And now that, as you know, I've reached out to the businesses and mostly the manufacturing businesses. We stay in touch. That's where you're going to be just getting a feel for what's going on. Everybody's confident weather the storm, it's just how long the storm. So, I do have some suggestions here that I would like council to just to do organization research. But also authorize staff and then a big following. The town person collaborates with the Chamber of Commerce on a local campaign, not just like a Bible, but things local campaign. But the Director of Economic Development and Tourism presents a tourism plan to the council to attract British Columbia visitors and as the Premier is urging British Columbia to sustain BC this year. I just think we should do both. Staff and council actively seek ways to encourage new business startups, diversify the economy, and enhance economic resilience. The mayor advocates on all levels of government. Possibly staff continue to work on policy for Canada First, and the staff continue to explore the updates and changes that have been made to the industrial park.
Business.
Well, I'm really into the business of trying to encourage number one, attract people to the community in terms of trying to get I think back to a number of people already that are normally travel south or whatever, but there's opportunity for winter sports or something as opposed to traveling down the whole business of trying to get together. I really think that would be a bad idea for a council. The council would sit down one time and just start. I think we've done I think we've done a lot of things to enhance our downtown stop. We need to just continue that. And I think, these things are on that, train of thought. So we think we can put our heads together and see if there is other things that we can get going that can enhance that sort of thing. As you can imagine, at my workplace, there's a lot of questions, and we've last week gone through and put Project of Canada demos throughout the entire store to help businesses figure out what they want to support, what they don't want to support, and still lots of questions, but I think that's one way of getting the message across. Maybe other businesses can do the same. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just, I guess, as this goes forward, we're going to have to see what else we can do. This last 6 months, is there a way, like during COVID, is there a way we can help business, can we give you a business license instead of charging you a business license? Just those little things that are like, those things that are annoying, but you have to do, but like, is there a way we can do that? And also, like I said, so this goes on, we'll have to probably bring together a committee to see how we, as a community, move forward on this, business community, and, the small business community, and progress from there. But, I said, if everyone would maybe, working out their recovery and assistance plan, as that comes out, we bring more of that stuff forward to people, and carry it back to work, and we'll be able to step forward to the local businesses. But if we can work with the Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber can help, do some of that heavy lifting with us, with our support. In a way, whether this is an opportunity in terms of how you resolve things is and difficult conditions that are going to be put on us for a while. You hear the government talk about pipelines and refineries and ways that we could, value added woodwork and all that sort of thing where we fight back. And all of a sudden, when it's over and the tariffs are gone, we end up with a stronger, economy in the country than we have before. And we can always use that framework on our community. If we work hard to develop and everything else, maybe at the end of the day we end up way better off than we were. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Yeah, if there's anything that on this, is it?
I like the stressing of the point there too, is that you collaborate with the Chamber of Commerce, and they would be able to help with the whole, with your.
Yep. I think it has to be, business has to be a big part of this. Everyone's going to benefit from this. And if they go away, then this one's good.
So I'll make the motion for the recommendation.
They actually made that motion. Thank you. Yeah, right over and over.
And then there's not 12 motions, it's just 6 repeated.
Yeah, it's just great. Anyway. Yeah, I didn't want to just be somebody who's going to put their letters in publication. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So let's first watch this. I can just not bring this to attention. One thing, and that's we did receive a grant for $150,000. The Factory Sanitary Station design works. So thanks, Jared. You guys are doing a good job. And yeah, it's really interesting too. Yeah, so I just thought I should be noted that, more funding for flooded or work for testing. Motion to receive file April 1 to April 3. Second, on favor. Thank you. Just because of planning last one, so I will do the first one. Society requesting proclamation of International Focal Day for Epilepsy Awareness on March 26, 2025. Recognition awareness Focal Day is celebrated on March 26th during Epilepsy Awareness Month to increase the knowledge and understanding of epilepsy in the community. Whereas Focal Day was founded in 2008 by Kathy May, a 9-year-old girl from Nova Scotia who warned people with epilepsy that they would not alone. Whereas on Focal Day, people in communities around the world are encouraged to wear Focal and host events and support epilepsy awareness. And whereas increasing epilepsy awareness can help the public to recognize common seizure types or to respond with appropriate first aid. And whereas the onset of epilepsy can occur at any stage of life and does not discriminate against age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, socioeconomic status, geographic location, or sexual orientation, and whereas Focal Day can improve the quality of life of people living with epilepsy, create a society that embraces the beauty of difference and help us understand how we can come together to make the world a better place. How, therefore, I sponsor one instead of BCG, hereby playing Wednesday, March 26, 2025. Focal Day in the town. So second, Elliot. My favorite. Okay. Question. Yeah. So do we do purple lights somewhere? We have the ability to change the lights here on Focal. The last stop to do that. 46. Okay. Next one is people are football winners. So that's so, I don't like the number, because I don't know if that's the actual number. Do you know if that's the actual number they use to facility? I believe it's in the fees and charges, right? It's like half the facility, close to facility. Typically, for a month, that would be done by contract. So, rather than do it the way they asked, the council approved an in-kind request to waive the rental fee of the Princeton Exhibition grounds. And I also like to make sure that they are working in conjunction with Nadine on anything that's going to be comfortable with that. I don't know what the actual use charges in front of us, and I don't know exactly what they're using this.
It's for August, so even the request could be to defer to.
I think they should start booking artists because they can't, they're too big for down here, so they want to go up there from what I understand. Yeah, just to expand more, they need to know where the facility is.
And they've been working with the recreation department on it.
So I had a conversation with Nadine, and she said that they talked to her, she said it has to go to council, she can't make that decision on her own, it has to go to council, and that's students.
Usually with the recommendations of the recreation.
So the council approved the in-kind request to waive the rental fees for 3 days for the yeah. I didn't think for so yeah. So I would just say that period of the it was a free it's website as well. Just need to make sure that we're not saying $600 a day and they use like $1,000 worth of it. They're still on the hook and they said we can't afford to pay it.
I would think too that we need clarification on what they need. Like, are they looking for their artistry to be there?
Those details usually work out the stage.
And that because it's expensive.
So what's the question of rental fee for that? And I was so second on Mr. Mayor. Okay. I will agree with that. All in favor? And without our motion,
I'll make that motion.
second. All in favor? Thanks to anybody